Micah Parsons and Rashawn Gary, two guys that are definitely going to need attention and a lot of it. So unfortunately for the Panthers, I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I don't think that the Packers are that type of team to maybe blow out a team every week. And look, I mean, this is the NFL, right? So I do think the Panthers are going to be playing with a bit more pride this week, after that really terrible showing against Buffalo's.
Real coverage, real fans.
Well, let's go ahead and let's transition on here into week 9. Evan, obviously your Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on a bye week, so you don't got to worry this week about your own squad. Kind of go back into that bye week, get right, get a little bit healthier coming out into week 10, of course, facing the New England Patriots there. And so let's go ahead and let's get into the Carolina Panthers. You guys are facing the Green Bay Packers. Obviously, the Packers are playing very, very good football right now. Jordan Love is getting hotter and hotter. Clay, this is going to be another very, very tough matchup for your Carolina Panthers. Do you think that this is a possibility for you guys to get right again and make a statement to the league?
This is another prove it one. I think that we have to go in this game and thinking about controlling the clock with Daddle, protect Bryce Young. He might not even play this game. There has been some rumors that they might sit him out one more week for safety reasons, obviously with a high ankle sprain, but we'll see. He's still day-to-day at this point. We'll find out more tomorrow on his update after practice, but we got to stay disciplined in coverage. We got to limit Parsons and Gary's chaos because those are the guys who are absolutely wreaking havoc on quarterbacks, but no turnovers, and that's it. You mess any of those up against Green Bay, they'll crush you. So, again, I think this game isn't impossible for Carolina to win because we have to play smart, we have to be aggressive, and mistake-free football. But I just think right now, after what I saw against the Buffalo Bills, it's hard for me to feel like we're going to go into Green Bay and get this dub. But I think it'll be something like 28-16.
28-16. So I think it'll be relatively close, Clay, right? Like it's not going to be a blowout like it was against Buffalo.
Yeah, I think it'll be a nice little bounce back. We got humbled, but I think this is a game that Carolina can really, kind of maybe get back on their feet a little bit. But I don't think we'll win this game, no.
Certainly put up a fight at the very least. Berto, let's go down to you. What do you think about this game?
Yeah, man, listen, I think you hit it on the head right there with the Jordan Love comment. He's heating up, right? And that offense, when it gets clicking, it's going to be scary. We're already seeing what Tucker Kraft has done, one of the better tight ends in the league. They have speed on the outside with Romeo Doubs. And what the Panthers shown this past weekend, their inability to tackle at the back end, especially on that Khalil Shakur long touchdown, man, it just spells trouble for the Carolina Panthers. I don't think that the Panthers can get right in this game. This is too talented of a Green Bay Packers team, and you got to deal with the guy on the other side, Micah Parsons, right, who's a handful to deal with. Kingsley Egambara, the other pass rusher, also Rashawn Gary for the Green Bay Packers, guys that can get after it. Devontae Wyatt in the middle of the defense. Too much firepower for this Green Bay Packers, so I think for the Panthers to try and contest against. So I'm going to say this, man. Give me Green Bay 30-17. Packers win.
30-17. Berto is also going to take the Green Bay Packers. TJ, let's go on over to you. Who are you taking?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers. I mean, they're one of the best teams in the NFC and one of the best teams in the league. I just think that what Carolina does best, the Packers can neutralize that. I mean, they're one of the top run defenses in football, and we've seen that the bread has been buttered by the Carolina Panthers over the last couple of weeks by, featuring their running game. So I just think it's going to be tough for them to be able to run the ball against a very stout defense up front. The Packers, they're probably going to have to rely on their passing game, which, believe it or not, man, the Packers aren't one of the best pass defenses in the league. So there are opportunities there. So they're going to have to, not turn the ball over and play some disciplined offense. But I just think that, you look at what James Cook last week, and now you got Josh Jacobs going up against him. It's going to be pretty tough for this team. So I got the Packers winning this football game.
Let's go ahead and let's go on up to you, Evan. Wrap us up with this one. Are you going to make this 4 out of 4 Green Bay Packers, or do you think that there is any way possible, shape or form, that the Carolina Panthers pull out some magic trick?
I am going to make it 4 for 4. I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers here. Jordan Love coming off of a great performance against the Steelers, nearly 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. I think he's going to keep doing what he's been doing. Very good quarterback, obviously. Green Bay, already been mentioned that Micah Parsons and Rashawn Gary, two guys that are definitely going to need attention and a lot of it. So unfortunately for the Panthers, I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I don't think that the Packers are that type of team to maybe blow out a team every week. And look, I mean, this is the NFL, right? So I do think the Panthers are going to be playing with a bit more pride this week, after that really terrible showing against Buffalo. So I don't think this is a blowout. I think it's a closer game. I do have the Packers winning, though, 31-21. I think the Packers are going to take it.
Right? The National Football League, like we like to call it here, not for long. And so any given week, baby, any given week. Let's go ahead and let's get on into this next game because, Berto, you guys are playing those New England Patriots that are 6-2.
I am surprised that you just went with this game last. I swear to you, I thought you were going to leave this one for last.
Well, I gotta remain unbiased, of course, because I'm very good at doing that here on the show.
You sure are. You're one of the best players.
I actually just saw a stat. Unbiasedly speaking, I just saw a stat that said the Patriots have the third best point differential in the league. So interesting fact there. Now, Berto, obviously the Patriots have traded off some depth pieces here today in safety Kyle Duggar and edge Keon White. And so something to at least keep in mind heading into this game. What do you think?
I don't think it makes a difference, man. If we were playing after a Buffalo Bills win, I'd say, hey, Kobe, this is going to be a fun offensive output game. Two of the top offenses in the NFL, one clearly playing like it, one clearly not playing like it. Right now, as it stands, the Patriots have the 10th ranked offense, the Falcons down to 14th after, just an embarrassing showing against the Miami Dolphins. We have a lot of things to get right on our side, and we're going against such a well-coached Mike Vrabel-led team, and Josh McDaniels, who seems to be clicking now on all cylinders with this offense. The one thing I would say about New England is they do start off slow. Can the Falcons capitalize on a slow start by New England? It's just hard to say. Yes, they can, because after an offensive performance or showing as they did with Miami, I don't know that they can do that to New England, and New England is far superior on defense, has a lot of great pieces on that defensive side to, just shut down the Falcons. Unfortunately, it sucks to say, but it's a goddamn reality. And if the play calling comes out anything like against the Miami Dolphins, we are in trouble again. This is another L for the Atlanta Falcons, and the way that we've been playing on the road, it's none too inspiring neither. So I would say Falcons, unfortunately, go to New England in a hostile environment, or at least it's going to be for me because I'm going to be there. I can only imagine the shit that's going to be said to me, but I'll be ready for it. Hey, listen, man, give me 24-13 New England. I'm taking the Patriots on this one, man.
You're going to be seeing a lot of flags, my friends. Okay, that's all.
I'll rip each and every one of them down, stomp on them. I might leave Tom Brady's statue a little gift before I go.
Do me a favor, Berto. Send me a picture of you with the Tom Brady statue, okay? I haven't been able to see it in person yet, and so I want to see it. I also just think it would be ironic.
You might not want the photo that I'll send.
You know what? NFC South Roundtable. How many of you in the comment section below would love to see Berto posing next to the Tom Brady statue at Gillette Stadium? Let us know in the comment section.
I get a resounding yes. I'm a man of my word. I will do so. The picture you may not like, but I will do it.
I think we should make it. I think it should be I think we should make a little wager here.
Kobe, I think wager. Clay, I think you should need to keep your mouth shut, brother.
I had a really good idea.
Clay, I hate your ideas. Matter of fact, you're like the bottom tier of idea makers. Stop it.
That's we will definitely get Berto to do it.
Terrible.
Oh shit, man.
Post it here on the community tab. But let's go on over to TJ. TJ, what do you think about this game?
Well, I think that it's going to be a little bit of a bounce back game for the Falcons. I don't think they're going to play as bad as they did last week. But, I just think that Drake May, the light has come on for the young kid. And, man, he's so fun to watch, man. I mean, the guy is really living up to his potential. And it's good to see guys develop into what people feel they can be. And also Keyshawn Boutte, kind of biased, being a Louisiana guy, watching him at LSU. It's good to see a guy just go out there and just make plays. And Stephon Diggs had his first touchdown last week. And it just seems like the New England Patriots are having fun, offensively and defensively. And Mike Vrabel is a really good coach. I think that this game is going to be close. I think that Bijan Robinson will probably find some success. I think if the Falcons can utilize Kyle Pitts in the middle of the field, they'll be able to move the football just a tad bit. I think that it's going to be a back and forth game. I don't think it's going to be an open and shut case, as some people may think. I think that the Falcons are going to show some fight, but at the end of the day, I just trust Mike Vrabel as a coach a little bit more than Raheem Morris down the stretch. So it's going to be a fun game to watch. Might be one of those games that everybody may be talking about this weekend because both teams are competitive, but I got to give the edge to the Patriots.
Yeah, somebody in the comment section below said, "Imagine the Patriots win 28-3."
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, yo! Let me be quiet. Let me be nice, because man, I could say so much shit right now.
Well, Berto, the chat wants to see you posing next to Tom Brady, and so now you got to do it, man.
All right, man. Hey, listen, man. I got to get there for I think 7:00 in the morning. I'm gonna set up a quick little show over there. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm gonna be there early enough, and I will make way to that piece of shit statue that's over there and to give it my my thoughts.
Now,
Want to leave
Berto,
my thoughts right there.
is Michael Penix playing in this game? Is that confirmed?
We don't know. We
We don't
don't
know
know.
yet.
We have to.
Okay.
So Raheem does a horrible job of giving vague statements Monday, Tuesday on statuses of any injured players. He always waits till Wednesday, the day that we start actually preparing for our Sunday opponent. So we won't find out anything until tomorrow. Unfortunately, he was good all last week, and by his account. But then all of a sudden, we find out that Kirk Cousins took all the major team reps when we were all like, "Wait a minute, I thought you said Penix did." So we don't know. We won't know until tomorrow.
Very interesting storyline to watch there. Evan, let's go on up to you. What do you think about this game?
Yeah, I think this is a closer game. I mean, when you look at New England, I think New England is a good football team, but they've won 5 straight. 3 of their last 5 wins, though, have come against the Saints, Titans, and Browns. So, I mean, they're not exactly playing the best competition, but again, a win is a win in the NFL. Patriots defense has played really well, allowed 13 points in each of the last 2 games. So that's a positive there. And I think what this comes down to, though, and why I am picking the Patriots to win this game is Drake May. He's playing at MVP level right now. New England is hitting on all cylinders, really on offense and on defense.
MVP.
I mean, if he keeps this up, he could find himself, I think, right there. Still a lot of football left to be played, but I do think that. So, yeah, I mean, look, I think this comes down to that. It's a tough game, obviously on the road, and Atlanta. Yeah, there's something about when a team gets blown out, especially in the fashion that the Falcons did. They're going to come back. They're going to play hard, right? So I don't expect this to be like a gimme for New England or any type of blowout or whatever. But I do think New England's the better team, and I do unfortunately think that New England is going to hand Atlanta yet another loss.
All right, which means we only got Clay left. Clay, do you also think that the New England Patriots and Drake May, who's top 3 in the MVP race, by the way, Berto, can come away with this win?
This guy, man. I tell you what.
Clay, be nice.
Rage trader, man. The Falcons have scored just 10 points in the last 2 losses. Michael Penix, again, could be returning. Obviously, we don't know. Drake May has 10 touchdowns, 1 interception through New England's 5-game winning streak. Will Bijan Robinson have enough opportunities against the Patriots run defense that allows just 75 rushing yards per game? That is the biggest question, I think, going into this game for the Falcons. I'm taking the Patriots, though. But I think this game will be close. I think it'll be like something like 26-21.
26-21.
Dude, if we score 21 points versus New England, dude, I won't know what to make of this Falcons team anymore, dude. We put up 10 against San Francisco. We put up 10 against the Dolphins, but to put up 21 versus New England is crazy work. I wouldn't know how to assess this team going forward. Tremendous Jekyll and Hyde, if that's the case, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, May with over a 90% completion percentage too over their winning streak over the last 5 weeks.
Well, I was going to be a troll and say 28-3, but you know.
28. Dude, Clay.
There you
Clay
go.
Did it. He did the
thing. Kobe. You are like you've been said. You are the carrying cross of this goddamn hosting world. Man.
They're in the fight.
Shit.
Hey man, I gotta get you guys fighting a little bit, right? We gotta have clippable moments for the show to put up here for Roundtable Sports, and we're doing just that, man. We are doing just that.
Shout out our guy Charles, man.
And let's transition into this final game. TJ, your Saints are taking on the Rams. Is there just any way in the world that you guys can come out with this surprising win?
Probably not. But if you was to ask me, would it be a better showing? I think that's the better question, Kobe.
Better showing.
Would it be a better showing from last week to this week? And I believe that it will be. And the main reason is because of, Sean McVay's relationship with Brandon Staley. I mean, Brandon Staley has been on the coaching staff of Sean McVay on multiple occasions. Once he was fired from the Chargers, he was on his coaching staff actually before he became the head coach of the Chargers. So I think that experience going up against, Sean McVay's offense in practice during training camps will pay dividends. But, I just think that the Rams are just a better football team. I don't know the status of Puka Nacua. I know he missed last week, but I don't think it too much matters. Sean McVay is kind of like, Kyle Shanahan. It doesn't matter what they put out there offensively. They can find a way to utilize it. The New Orleans Saints defensively did a really good job last week. I thought that Chase Young definitely had one of his best games as a member of the New Orleans Saints. It's good to see him, be out there and be active. Kool-Aid McKinstry played really well. I think it was his best game as a corner, number one for the Saints. But I just don't see it, man. I mean, this is Tyler Shuck's first start in the National Football League, and you're going up against a really good Rams team with a really good pass rush. And the reputation of Tyler Shuck is he gets a little bit of happy feet when he starts to sense that pressure. It's going to be a tough matchup for a young Calvin Banks who has played really well, has been one of the bright spots on the team at left tackle, but he's going up against Jared Verse, and that's going to be tough for him. I mean, if he can come out of there looking pretty credible, I think that we pretty much got our answer about who the cornerstone player is coming out of the draft. But I expect for Kellen Moore to be a little bit more exotic, call some different type of plays that kind of fit the skill set of Tyler Shuck. I think they may open up the playbook a little bit more because, I mean, to be honest with you, I think the Saints wanted this the entire time. They just couldn't justify it. So I think you're going to see a different type of offense with Tyler Shuck, a lot of trick plays, a lot of deceptive things. I mean, what do you have to lose at this point? You're 1-7, but the Rams are going to win because they're just a better football team.
Absolutely. Evan, let's go on up to you. What do you think about this game? And do you think that it is possible for the Saints to at least keep this game close?
I do think it's possible for them to keep it close. I mean, it's a tough matchup, right? For Tyler Shuck, first career start on the road against a really good defense. Rams are coming off their bye, so they're going to be well rested. They have allowed 10 points over the last 2 games total. So this is a Rams defense that's playing really good football right now, and this is a Saints offense that's just not that good. Now, I do think the reason why this could be a little bit closer is I do like what the New Orleans defense brings. They play hard. Mentioned Chase Young. I thought Chase Young played fantastic, really gave Tristan Wirfs a lot of issues on Sunday, and that's rare for a guy like Tristan Wirfs to have that many issues against one particular guy. But Chase Young played really well, and I thought the New Orleans defense really kept him in there, right? Forced the Bucs to kick a couple of field goals. Obviously, we talked about the 1-yard line thing, the goal line stand. So I think the New Orleans defense can keep this game a little bit close. Ultimately, though, the Rams are the better team, and I do think the Rams are going to win this game. And I just don't think the Saints are going to be able to score enough points.
Definitely fair. Clay, let's go on over to you. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, I mean, this Rams team is a Super Bowl caliber team when Puka Nacua is on the field, but they're also the best team in the NFL in sacks. I think they lead the league in sacks, if I'm not mistaken. And they've lost their last 3 games by an average of 12.7 points per game, at least for the New Orleans Saints. But yeah, LA has the 26 total sacks on the year on their pass rush, and it's led by Young with 9 of them. So again, the Rams have only allowed less than 10 points in 3 games this season. It's hard for me to pick the Saints. I'm definitely going with the Rams. I think the Saints, again, they are in rebuild mode, and they're not going to shock anybody at this point. But at least down this stretch right now, I see this game being something like 30-13.
30-13. And let's go down to you, Berto. Are you also going to make this 4 out of 4 for the Rams?
Listen, yeah, I'm going to ultimately pick the Rams, but is there a glimmer of hope that the Saints come out the way that they played the Buffalo Bills a couple weeks ago? I say yes. Brandon Staley has these guys flying around the football. They have them playing some pretty decent defense. It's just the offense can't complement what the defense has done thus far. Tyler Shuck does, resume now as the new starter going forward, but man, to start against the Rams is tough, man. No team in the NFL, in my opinion, utilizes stunts and more creative ways to get sacks than the Rams. Chris Shula and company over there, man, they do a phenomenal job just creating havoc. And it's gonna be too much, I think, for Shuck in his first NFL debut or his first NFL start. I think the Saints unfortunately struggle in the middle of this offensive line in the interior. And I think that's exactly where most of the rush is going to come. Talise Fuaga and I think Calvin Banks could probably hold for a few against these rushers. But ultimately, man, I think it's just going to be too much. It's going to be an overwhelming feat for the New Orleans Saints to come out against the Rams. So give me the Rams. I don't want to call it a blowout, man. I can call it somewhere between like 37-24 or something like that, man.
Man, all the Rams are going to do is they're going to put Jared Verse on the inside against Trevor Penning because they do that a lot. They play him on the outside, and if they feel like there's a matchup on the inside, I mean, this dude going to be eating all day, man. I mean, it's going to be tough for the Saints.
It is, man. Unfortunately, the Rams do such a great job just utilizing their pieces and just moving them around just to create these one-on-one mismatches for their defense. So it's going to be tough, man. But whatever comes out of this, man, can it be maybe some sort of a confident booster for Tyler Shough going forward? Because going up against this style of defense, if he can put up game managing numbers, then I think that's something to look at. I mean, when he came in this past weekend, he didn't do anything that stuck out, so what can he learn from that game to put into play for this one? This coaching staff has to figure it out, or at least Kellen Moore has to. Got to utilize these wide receivers a little bit better. If the Rams are susceptible in anything, is in the middle of their defense and their linebackers. Nate Landman, who I know all too well as a former Falcon linebacker, can't cover worth a shit, dude. And, if you exploit him early and often, I don't know. Maybe this is something, the Rams can just start doing early and often to help, this defense come away from certain looks. So who knows, man? Anything can happen, right? It's the NFL, like we all say.
Guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's show. As always, we appreciate you guys so much for watching. Remember to leave a big like on the way out. Let's try to get that like button of 200 likes. Subscribe to the NFC South Roundtable and subscribe to all of these guys' individual channels. Links in the description box below. But until next Tuesday, same time, same place, we appreciate you guys for watching.
Roundtable Sports Network is your one-stop shop for all things NFL, with daily live shows covering all 8 divisions in the league, hosted by the best content creators on the web, all on one network. Real coverage, real fans.
Shout out to one of the sponsors of today's video over at Sleeper. Use the promo code you see on the screen, RTS, and you'll get up to a $100 match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions do apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. They are currently operational in over 25 states. But check out Sleeper today. Link in description box below. And Berto, you're finally back, man. We missed you last week, and so you know what? We're gonna kick on over the parlay for this week. Here over to you. Also because that's the only one that's coming up on Sleeper right now. But it's also because we missed you, Berto. It's also because we missed you. But
it's a setup.
It is a complete setup.
Oh, it's a setup. If James was here, James would have called it out. There he goes again.
It looks like you're going to have to do it this week, Berto. You're going to have to be James for the week.
Let's do it.
But looking at Bijan Robinson, what do you think about anytime touchdown? Obviously, this is a New England Patriots defense that's top 3 in defending the run.
Right. Yeah. You know what? Bijan, the incredible talent that he is, we thought that sparks can fly against the Dolphins, and there was nothing. There's barely an ignition to a fire, man. I would not count on Bijan scoring this Sunday, man. I'm sorry to say that. As a true Falcon fan, they left you like on a cliffhanger. Like, what's next? This Falcons offense, dude, it pisses me off so bad that we're so underperforming the way that we are. Bijan is he's a unicorn, man. He's a generational talent. And for him to be, being wasted the way that he is right now by this Falcons team is inexcusable, man. So I don't think he scores on Sunday, man. I'm sorry, man.
Now, what do you think about Drake London and potential for him to get a touchdown? Because they do have him here on Sleeper for anytime touchdown. This is a Patriots secondary that does struggle a little bit. Now, they are top 5 in points allowed defensively, so they don't allow a whole lot of points. But, especially early on, that secondary does struggle.
It's tough to call, Drake was a late addition to the injury report. Was it Saturday night, and then Sunday morning we wake up and he's inactive for the game. We don't know what the status for Drake going into Sunday's game, although Raheem in his very vague responses saying, "Oh, these guys should be day to day or trending in the right direction." We won't get any indication as to Drake's services on Sunday. But even if he does play, it's a tough 1v1 against Christian Gonzalez. Even Carlton Davis, both cornerbacks are playing really well for the New England Patriots. Will they have opportunities? There might be, but even if Drake dresses, man, it's just going to be too much, man. I just don't see it happening, man.
And let's quick going over to the final bet here. And I kind of want to talk about the Falcons defense here for a second. What do you think about Kayshon Boutte, the New England Patriots wide receiver with anytime touchdown? He's had 4 touchdowns over the last 3 weeks, at least 1 touchdown in each of the last 3 weeks. So he's on a bit of a heater. Do you trust your secondary to be able to prevent them there in the end zone?
We've done so far a pretty decent job at limiting the explosive play. That's anything over the corners' heads. And, right now, Mike Hughes and AJ Terrell have done a terrific job. I think they can still do so and keep at bay Kayshon Boutte and his hot streak of touchdowns. So I'll take the Falcons secondary on this one.
All right, nice. Love it. Guys, let us know what you think about these lines in the comment section below, and make sure you guys follow us over there on Sleeper, link in the description box below.